Okay, she's bringing up a picture as well. It's just the two of you in the picture. This has to be a picture that you have in the house very nearby. I think you look at it on a daily basis. Do you understand the picture that she's talking about? It's just the two of you guys, and that you visit with it. I can sense this other woman here, but she does not feel that she would have lived to be an old age. Do you understand that for you? Were you married to her?
Yes.
Because she just showed me her fourth finger and there's a ring on it. She makes me feel really heavy all of a sudden. She gives me like a feeling of tragic passing. So I don't know if you understand that piece. And I know when people pass, a lot of times it feels tragic to us in many different ways, but I feel like there's something significant about this that does feel quite tragic to me. Do you understand? You do understand that? Either your grief is really recent or the passing was recent. For me, that usually means like within the last at least 5 years that this passing would have taken place. Do you understand that piece?
Yes.
But I think it's actually a lot more recent than that. Uh, the big thing for you to know is that I'm at peace. Also, it's really important for me to tell you that I didn't feel pain when I passed. Feels to be an important thing. Like being out of pain has to be really, really important because I think the physical aspect of this would have been very difficult for you to witness. Do you understand why she would say that? Okay, she's bringing up a picture as well. It's just the two of you in the picture. This has to be a picture that you have in the house very nearby. I think you look at it on a daily basis. Do you understand the picture that she's talking about? It's just the two of you guys, and that you visit with it. And they always say this once they show me a picture, which is just when you're looking at me, I'm looking right back. I'm right there. It's just a different dimension. I'm not far away. I also feel like I don't want you to remember me the way that it was in the end, because that wasn't, she makes me feel like it wasn't the way that I looked most of the time when we were together. Do you understand that piece as well? So just get that out of your head. Also, don't look at the pictures on your phone too much. Do you understand that piece? Because you cherished her. Do you understand that? Um, I have to say, I am so grateful for the way that you loved me, the gift that you are to other people when you express, because you remember how I said like sometimes having a hard time releasing that love so freely? With her, I believe that you did, to feel that you were committed and there. You must be an absolute loyalist, is the way that she paints it for me, because I think that you would have been there if I needed something at any point in time. And not everybody is like that. I would literally like one of the luckiest women in the world to have a partner like you. I have to give you endless, endless acknowledgement that for however long I was here and we thought it was going to be a lot longer, that that kind of love was worth more than a lifetime. Do you understand her spending a brief time in the hospital before passing? Does that make any sense to you at all? Okay, it doesn't feel like it would have been a long period of time though. Okay, so it feels like something happened and then I spent some time and I didn't make it past that. Do you understand that? So it does make me like, she starts to show me a snap of the fingers. So it makes me feel that maybe something happened more swiftly in some aspect of this passing. Does that make sense to you as well? Because you had a chance to get there to the hospital, but I don't think that you had a long time there. And that was one of the trickiest parts. She makes me feel like you spoke to her before she passed. I don't, she makes me feel like it wasn't that much, or that there wasn't that much that was heard from your perspective. Do you understand something about this? Was she unresponsive before when you went to the hospital? Okay. So that's the way that she brings it across to me. It felt like you wanted to tell her every single thing that you could tell her that you would want to say goodbye. And it also feels to you that you didn't get a response back when you made your final goodbyes. But she shows me that she already would have been out of her body, even though she was clinically alive, so that she wouldn't have been in pain, and that she hears all of your goodbyes. She's right there next to you in that moment. So she didn't miss anything. There's nothing that was left unsaid. There's nothing that she doesn't know about your great love for her, because she says that you expressed it all the time before any of this happened. Do you understand? Also, there's something about an aspect of time or place that you go over in your head again. Like you're wondering if something had been at a different timing. Do you understand some aspect of this where you're wondering about the timing or the place or something, thinking like, well, if we had made a different plan, if I had been in a different place, is how she makes me feel. She says, don't waste that energy on it, because everybody has their timeline. This was mine. There's nothing about this that was going to be changed. You are not responsible in any way. Do you understand why she would say that? So please let go of that piece. They give me this message and I don't always want to give this one. It's not a bad one. She just is saying like any human would be so lucky to have you. So when you're ready and when your heart heals, and she says that in your perspective, it's going to take a long time because she said that you said you don't think you can ever love somebody the way that you loved her again. Do you understand saying that? Because she was so special that you feel like if there's no one else in the world like you, so there's no way that I can feel a love like that again. And that's the deep grief and the heartache. But she says maybe there's no one like me that you can love like me. But the fact is, your soul and your spirit yearns for a great love and great companionship again. And she knows that about you right now. And so that may not be today, but she gives full permission because this is a woman who loved you, loved you, loved you, loved you. And you know that she cared deeply about your happiness in the same way that you cared about hers. Um, I think there was a sassy element to her, but the fact is, at this point in time, she would say, if you at some point want to find love again, I will be smiling down on that, giving full permission. You do not need to spend a life alone or without that beautiful companionship to prove that you loved me because you proved it every single day. That's just the kind of person that you are. She's showing me a necklace. It feels like it would have been a gift. And I think that you have some of her jewelry that she left behind, including the wedding ring as well, that's tucked away somewhere. It makes me feel like it would have been an anniversary gift or some kind of gift to her from you. Do you understand anything about that?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Did you write your own vows?
Yes.
She's bringing up your wedding because she says it was one of the best choices she ever made. Did you write your own vows separately or something and then say them to each other? Did she not hear your vows until the wedding?
I don't remember. I don't remember.
She makes me feel like I didn't hear the vows until you spoke them at the wedding. But
Very
they were
possible.
everything that I wanted to hear. And I also feel like you must have spent a lot of time on them. Like I think you must have really thought them through or sat down and rewritten things a couple of times because that's how she makes me feel about them. Do you understand that? Do you remember any of that? It was important for you to be thorough, to get it right. For you, it's important to say the words that you know people need to hear. You want them to hear the things, and you want that a lot because you didn't always get to hear that from your own parents, like we talked about. And so, for you to say them to her the way that you really wanted to say them to make that she understood how thorough your love was and how it reached into every different nook and cranny that she needed, that is important. You love thoroughly. And even if I had to do it all over again and I knew how it was going to end, I would make all those same choices again because it was so good, even though it was a lot shorter than we thought it was going to be. And she does make me feel that the time when you were married was much shorter than she thought it was going to be. I want you to know that you're going to find love again, that that's part of your journey. I don't want you to spend any days worrying that the best is over. This best is over, but there are other bests coming. But I just want you to know that there's more love coming your way. This is not the end. And you're still here to have your art cracked open even more and to learn how to trust again. And it's not just trusting people, although it is from the past, but it's also trusting life. Just remember that the thing that you have control over is how you respond to events. You didn't have control over any of the events. None of this will ever be your fault. You have to let that part go. Don't spend time rethinking. She keeps bringing up not looking through the pictures too much. It's fine to look to them sometime. Is there a voicemail that you've been listening to or something? You understand that? That's great when you want to hear it as much as you need to, but then start to taper off a little bit and start to think about the other things that bring you joy in addition to me. And then start to smile and think about funny stories we had together when you think of me. Just start to slowly add that in as you grieve. You don't need to rush yourself, but don't think that you're not allowed to feel joy. That doesn't mean that you love me any less. Do you understand? Did she know this cat too?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, does she love this cat too? Was this her cat, her cat before?
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
she's like, that's my cat. And I'm like, oh, now I get it. Now I get it. Is there a memorial that you organized and put together shortly after?
Uh, I didn't, but that was a issue.
Gotcha. She's bringing up the memorial, but I feel like I have to say to you that I appreciate what you did do, but I also feel like it's one other thing to tell you not to stew about or worry about because she makes me feel like there's just different parts that have been complicated since passing. Do you understand that piece? It feels like there's a lot of paperwork afterward as well that's been quite stressful. And she says things weren't organized because we didn't see this coming. Do you understand that piece? I'm sorry. It's such a bitch to have to do those things, right? Don't worry too much about getting everything perfect. Just do the best that you can. And also have to tell you, don't be afraid to ask help, because do you go and do everything on your own sometimes and keep silent when you're struggling? Is this your way? She says, please stop doing that. Once you just ask for a little bit of help, I have to tell you, it's worth the money. That's what she says. Throw a little bit of money at the problem if you can stand it, is the way that she says it, because you need a little bit of support right now, that you're not doing everything completely on your own. Because it's a little bit of an S show right now because of just things being so unexpected. And it's all going to pan out. Okay. You have to have a little bit of faith, but don't be afraid to ask for a little bit of help. Is there some guy friend of yours who's living? Um, who's a good friend from the past or something? Do you understand that?
I mean, I have some good friends. Yeah.
But
I mean,
it's a good guy friend that she would have known pretty well. Um,
yeah,
mhm. She's talking about some good guy friend who you would have known well, but she makes me feel like you're not talking to a lot of people about the emotional aspect of all this. Do you understand?
yes.
Okay. This is why you have friends, she says. This is why you have your good guy friends. You're underestimating them, is what she makes me feel. And she's talking about this guy friend that she knows well. And he's goofy. Is he kind of a goofy guy
Yeah,
and not necessarily the most sensitive person all the time? Do you understand that?
yes.
Okay. She's like, I know you think that he's insensitive and too goofy for this kind of stuff, but if you were to really open up and say, stop around, just listen to me right now, he would. Do you understand that? This is part of the aspect of like opening up your heart just a little bit more. And you talk to her all the time out loud, huh? Around the house. Do you understand that? This is her way of saying, like, he just talks to me nonstop. He's like chatting with me. He's saying, he also says, I think that you've had conversations with her about the paperwork, or just things, and just been like, what the am I supposed to do with this? I don't know. Like, what do you want me to do? We didn't talk about any of this stuff. She's just like, okay, I get it. I can hear you. But, you know, she just makes me feel like I don't have answers for you about this. So I'm sorry, but you're going to make it through. She's like, throw out a lifeline to some people.
That makes sense to me.
Okay. Big time. Like, start doing it yesterday. That's how she makes me feel. Because you keep it all inside. And I totally get it. It's like you don't want to be a burden either. That's your thing. But you have to give people some credit that they can handle stuff. Probably not your mom, though. You understand that?
Yeah.
From her. Like, probably not mom. Don't go there. That puts another log on the fire. And then you're like, oh, God, now I got to deal with this and all my emotions.
Yeah.
But she laughs about it a little bit because your wife has a better understanding of your mom now, but I think she got kind of infuriated or exhausted or exasperated sometimes. Do you understand that piece? She's like, I have a better understanding. I love her. Oh God, you're probably not going to want to hear this either. Is there some desire to be a father? I'm sorry, I really don't mean to pry. She's making me ask these things. I don't know if that's in there somewhere or if you thought that was going to happen at some point.
I think we thought that was going to happen, but didn't, kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. They just make me say all kinds of stuff. I don't mean to pry in your life at all. I feel like there's another love out there for you somewhere, and she just wants you to be prepared. She starts to make me feel that it might be somebody who already has a child.
That
So,
makes sense.
so if there's some kind of desire there to be a parent in that way, it feels like a beautiful, beautiful thing for you, is what she's saying. I hope that's okay to say. You let me, I'm sorry, I don't mean to.
I want to hear everything. So that's perfect.
Their fault. It's their fault. She has vast, vast love for you. She's absolutely at peace. I'm going to leave you with all of these people's love. Okay.
um, I mean, everything made a lot of sense. I mean, my dad coming through, I lost my dad within 3 months of my wife. So it's been a very rough, but my dad's thing was my parents divorced when I was around 6, and it was very ugly. My dad left. We left. I mean, I lived in a different town, and turned into a very tumultuous childhood. Spent a lot of time with my mother. She was very loving. And when I was younger, my dad was very distant. Then around junior high, I started having problems with my mother. I moved in with my dad, and he took over, but had a very hard time being a father figure, having not been there for a long time. We had a lot of conflict. a lot of that really just totally made sense to me because it was
Yeah.
timelines, but what he was trying to say. I told he was we're very different people, especially when
Yeah.
it comes to relationships, how we, you know,
Express.
engage, express our love with a partner. And I think that was hard for him at first. I think he saw me as being a different type of person in that regards. And then I think obviously, and I think he saw how I was. And I think that maybe that was that fear, that not understanding my personality. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, that was very spot on. I mean, all that just seemed to really hit home. I mean, and then with my wife, everything you said was, I was like between crying and laughing, but it was all making sense. You know, everything was as it, you know, it was a very abrupt, very tragic, unexpected thing. And, you know, there's a lot that came along with it. There was a big issue with a memorial that I didn't want to be a part of because we had chosen not to have one. And it's something I have a hard time with since, because I didn't go, and, you know, those kind of things. So we basically got admitted into ICU, and 5 days later she passed.
It's an absolute honor and pleasure to be able to read for you. I hope that this was helpful and provided some peace.
Very much so.
All
Very
right.
much so.
Thank you so
All
much.
right. All right. Thank you.